from the station that's on your side. This is Channel 7 News Good Morning Arkansas.
Welcome back, everyone. We have Dr. Laura Wilson of Sherwood Family Medical Center here to talk New Year's resolutions for kids. Good morning, and thank you so much for being here with us. It's an interesting concept thinking about kids having New Year's resolutions. Right. So what was the idea behind all of this?
Well, of course, a new year, a new start, but I did kind of joke during the break that maybe these are more mom's resolutions for the kids, because I don't know that the kids are going to be all over these, but maybe we can spin it and make it where the kids are more involved and a little more fun for them.
Yeah, so this first one here was healthier eating. That's actually a resolution just most people go into the new year having.
Exactly. And I've got a few concrete ways I think we can work with kids to achieve this goal. So 3 big goals listed on the visual. The first one is to incorporate a fruit or a vegetable with every meal. I feel like that's pretty simple. You know, even if you do have to get a McDonald's, open a can of green beans, throw it in there.
Oh, that's
right? With every meal, just throw a fruit or veggie in. My goal's actually 2, but I'm going to settle for 1. We're going to make baby steps, right? The second goal would be, or the third goal actually I'm going to go ahead and talk about, is dinner time with the family. And I'm a big proponent of this. I want you to try and do this at least 3 times a week. Again, maybe we step back, maybe we shoot for 1 if this is difficult for your family. But the goal of 3 sit-down dinners per week.
And can we talk about that a little bit? Yeah. What does that benefit?
Yeah, I'm so glad you asked, because I actually have good evidence that shows dinner time as a family reduces teen depression, reduces child emotional problems, reduces childhood obesity, can actually improve academic scores, and of course is more cost effective.
Yeah.
So very solid reasons to work on this, and it's just a good way to wrap up the end of the day, you know? The other one I did want to mention, and I preach this to my kids all the time, I don't think they're watching right now because they're back at school. They would probably be tired of hearing me say this, but limit it to 1 sweet drink per day. So to me, that can be
a challenge for me.
It is, but I think when we drink those calories so fast, you don't even get that much enjoyment, right? So my goal is 1 juice or 1 chocolate milk or 1 Coke or 1 sweet tea or 1 Gatorade or whatever the thing is for your kid, 1 a day. So if you're so thirsty, go chug a water and then sit down and savor it, right? Those are mostly 200 calories or so that kids just gulp down. So I preach that one all the time in my family.
And how is that beneficial for a child's health?
Well, of course, it's just reduced sugar, reduced calories most of the time, right? And again, I personally would rather savor and chew and enjoy my calories than just to chug down a Coke in 2 minutes and then it's over, right?
That's a great tip for not only kids, but just all of us in general. I got a problem with soda. I'm a big soda fan. So
you're going to work on it now, right?
I will take that on as one of my resolutions.
Good.
Maybe a little bit less soda. So this next one is something that we've been talking about a lot in general. You just hear this a lot. Reducing screen time for kids.
Right. And I feel like the first category I'm pretty good as a parent to work on. The second category is a struggle for me too.
Yeah.
Right. But the goal in general is about 2 hours of screen time per day for a child. That's non-educational screen time. So if they're doing schoolwork on there or whatever, that doesn't count. Now, the American Academy of Pediatrics did kind of lessen that restriction a few years ago. They came out with a new policy that said screen time in moderation shouldn't interfere with physical activity. But I still think in general, a couple hours of non-educational screen time a day is probably plenty, right?
Yeah.
To achieve this, there's a few things we can work on. One, there's apps out there, and I even looked them up last night. I bet there's 50 different apps that you could buy or get for free that helps a parent to monitor this. Secondly, set the example. I struggle with this one too. Don't have your phone on during dinner time. Tuck it away. Have isolated times during the day where we're not going to look at our phones.
Yeah.
I looked at mine yesterday. I checked my phone 97 times. That is an embarrassment, right? You can look at that. Some of the newer phones, you can look at how many times you check your phone, and I just think that's mortifying.
I bet you I'm up there on that one as well. What's a way that parents could kind of spin this to make it seem like this is a fun resolution? We're going to spend less time on screens.
If you have a great way to achieve that, then let me know. But I do think in general, the iPad or the phone should be in the parent's hands and the kid gets it for a period of time, right? And that's also hard to achieve too. But when we don't have a screen, let's try and do something fun with it. Kids, even my kids at this age, 9 and 12, still need direction into fun things to do. Let me pull out a board game. Let me pull out a cool book. We'll read a chapter together. So you have to kind of encourage them to get into something else. I want to remind y'all on this one too, to check your parental restrictions on your devices. Sometimes I think when they get updated or things happen, perhaps those restrictions get lost. And it's super important that you go in, you check under the settings, under restrictions, and you can actually outline the ratings that your child's allowed for the various activities, websites, music, videos, whatnot.
Yeah, especially when they're on something like YouTube where something will just autoplay, making sure you can kind of figure out. I know they have like a Kids Tube app or something where it's a little bit more kid-friendly, because that's something that can happen where all of a sudden the next video plays and it's not super kid-friendly. So let's talk about this last last one that you have here, which actually is a fun one.
Right. I wanted to end with something kind of nice. These feel very ruly. But lastly, I want to improve our family fun time, right? And one goal I would like for every family to have for the year is to think about a vacation plan. And anybody that knows me knows I'm a big traveler, big vacationer. That's what I love to do. So perhaps as a family, we sit down, we have a goal. Maybe it's just a lake weekend. Maybe it's a Disney trip, depending on what your family's interest and budget allows.
It doesn't have to be something huge.
Right. But sit down, make a goal. Everybody work for it together, right? We put $20 back a week. The kid says, hey, Mom, I'll help cook dinner so we don't spend money going out tonight, something like that. And lastly on the list is try and make a family night, at least on a regular basis, once a week, once a month, whatever your family can achieve. Schedule it in. I mean, I'm very busy too with kids' activities, but put it on the books. Hey, next Thursday we're having a family night. It can be a board game, it could be bowling, but really try and make it a priority because the time just slips away. We're all so busy. And this makes it something that you're gonna do if you put it on the schedule.
What are your best suggestions for family nights? I know you mentioned movies and bowling. Are there other ideas that you think are good for kids?
Well, my family really does enjoy a board game. You know, something simple like Life or something like that. We enjoyed those things. It doesn't have to be going out and do anything big. Maybe it's making homemade pizzas that night, you know?
Cooking. And then that goes along with eating with your family every evening, which we were talking about in that first part.
Right. So again, kind of cater to your family's interests depending on their age and what they want to do. But it can be anything as long as you're spending time together without a screen. Maybe a movie every once in a while.
All three of those goals together into one with that family night, which sounds super fun. So where can people find more information with you guys?
Well, I'm at Sherwood Family Medical, which is out on Keel in Sherwood. The phone number is 835-0703. But if you just Google the things I've mentioned, you can find resources all over the web. Healthy Children is a great website from the American Academy of Pediatrics. I think you could really find details on more of these pointers as well.
Awesome. We appreciate you so much. You always have great tips, especially going into the new year, some great ideas anyone with kids can follow.